What's going on, trucking YouTube's Monday and trucking, huh? Usually Mondays and Fridays are the busiest and the most hectic days. For some reason, it just seems like every day is just a stressful day, Monday through Sunday, and doesn't really change. Just keeps on being stressful. Overall, this Monday, just a little update. Our volumes from last Monday are down a little bit, quite a decent amount actually. Last Monday we did get a way better start than we did this Monday. We do have a lot less stuff to cover this week than we did last week, so hopefully we make up for it in the coming up days. The dry van market is still looking pretty bad besides Florida. Florida, the watermelon season's going up, so I made a little tic-tac video about it, so if you want to check out the tic-tacs, you can check that out. But it looks like, watermelons are popping off right now, so anybody that got vented vans or reefers probably should be headed down to Florida to get some of those watermelon loads, because they're probably paying the bus right now out of anywhere in the United States. So hopefully it opens up a lot of capacity, in the Midwest and the rest of the states, because everybody's trying to get down to Florida right now to get these loads. And hopefully, it continues this way. There's no rain and washouts, to ruin the watermelon season, because I know several times that I've been, doing this. It was heavy rains in Florida, washed out the watermelons, and it cut the season short or suspended it for a while, before it continued, before they could fix it up, and just ruined it. So hopefully that doesn't, happen. Hopefully the watermelon season continues. Hopefully a lot of equipment heads down south and leaves the rest of the country open for, for the rest of us that, just do one specific lane and just can't go anywhere wherever the market's hot. So that's what's going on. I really haven't had a chance to check the flatbeds and the reefers as much. I've been kind of fighting the flu the last couple of days, so I kind of been out of it. So I got a lot of catching up to do on TikToks and YouTube videos. I still haven't made a YouTube video in a while about the market or any kind of news or anything, because those videos just take a little bit longer for me to shoot and edit. So it's a little bit more difficult than the TikTok videos, because the TikTok videos I can knock out 2, 3, 4 videos in 2, 3 hours, but with the YouTubes it's a lot more difficult, because you got to make the thumbnail, you got to shoot the video, you got to edit the longer video, and there's just a lot more stuff to do with YouTube, so it's a little bit harder. So that's why I'm trying to do these vlogs, kind of to stay a little persistent, if not daily, then at least 4 or 5 times a week at least with the vlog, because it's a lot easier. I just shoot it, record it, not really much editing, just clip off the front and the back, and then put a little graphic in the beginning, and then I'm done. So even though the vlog videos obviously are not doing that good, just watching for the view counts, the other videos do a lot better. But regardless, it kind of just lets me shoot content and lets me practice in front of the camera with you guys, and just get a feel and get used to shooting videos. Because when I first started doing it, it was super embarrassing, and I was kind of scared to do it. But kind of the more you do it, it doesn't, who cares, what are people going to think? For in the beginning, not a lot of people watch your stuff anyways, but so who cares? What's there to be embarrassed about? And eventually, the TikTok got a lot bigger, so more people watch it. So that's kind of cool, and I'm used to it now. But the same thing with YouTube. Who cares? If not that many people are watching it, great. You're getting practice. You're getting repetitions, and you're learning how to do something better and better. And hopefully you can keep up pumping out better and better content for people to enjoy, So even if not that many people watch it from the beginning, who cares? Later, more people watch it, and as you get better at making them, more people are going to watch it. Then by the time you get more people, you're going to be a lot better at it. So I know a lot of people are scared to jump into content, but why? I mean, just take some time out of your day. If you got extra time anyways, just try it out, especially if you got a niche. Sorry, I can't even speak right still. If you got a niche that you do about what kind of job you do, or anything you're good at, or some kind of hobby or something, just jump on, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that are into the same thing, that if you have some kind of expertise in it, they'll love to listen. Anything that I like personally, I watch YouTube or TikToks about it, what I mean? Whatever I'm into, if it was watches, cars, shoes, music, television shows, I watch all that stuff that I like, so just do it, and you never know, you keep on doing it, maybe you even be able to make some money off of it. The TikToks is already kind of getting some money out of it. I know I mentioned it before, but it's still not a bunch of money, but at least by now I already paid off anything I invested equipment wise or whatever wise. I already got back from the money that I made off the TikToks. Sorry, I got some food stuck on my tongue. YouTube seems like a lot harder. Like, dude, I've been like pumping out like YouTube videos, but I haven't been concentrated on YouTube. So like, you know, like you gotta just like concentrate on what you're gonna do on YouTube, and then it slowly grows too. Because like right now, I looked at my YouTube, I think it's like 383 or 4 subscribers or something, which is not a lot. And I've been like putting out YouTube videos like for a minute now, and a lot of people get discouraged. But why are you gonna get discouraged? It's like anything else. If you want to get good at it, you gotta keep doing it, and you're gonna get better at it. And then, you know, the audience is gonna tell you if they like it or not. So, like I said, man, like if you got time and you want to get into content, just do it. You know, it doesn't cost much. You could literally get a cheap mic and you can use your iPhone. Like I actually bought a camera to use for it, and then I ended up using an iPhone for the longest time. And then I finally like switched back to the camera once I figured out how to use it and everything. Like when I record like from the office stuff. So like you literally use your iPhone and a cheap ass camera for like cheap ass mic for like $10, and you can start making content and just start learning. And you're gonna learn how to edit and do all this kind of stuff, and it's actually kind of amusing, kind of fun, and it could be kind of lucrative. So I don't know. I know it's nothing to do with trucking, but this is just for the people in trucking that ever thought about doing it. You know, because obviously right now trucking is not paying you anything. You know, like I don't know, unless you're kind of some kind of specialized equipment or some kind of niche market in trucking. Maybe you're doing all right. Like a lot of maybe company drivers right now, if you're like at a company that got good, you know, good dedicated lanes, you're probably making good money, all right. There's probably a lot of drivers that are making more money than owner operators right now. So in your spare time, instead of like watching TV or doing something else, just make some content. Like right now I'm driving home. I got like almost an hour drive home, you know, every single day. Let me turn this off, sorry. So while I'm driving home or doing whatever, I'm just gonna sit here and record some content. So, and you know what I do is trucking, and I'm not the best at trucking because obviously I'm 41 and I probably would have been richer enough if I was good at it. But the only thing that sucks is like I'm not good at like the financials and all that kind of stuff. But if it comes to like jumping in and like getting freight, organizing stuff, like generating some profit, usually I thought I was good at it. But the last like 6 months, or you know, with our numbers and losing money, I'm showing I'm definitely not that good at it. But then I don't know if I should blame myself or blame the market. I don't know, but I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, even though I'm not like, you know, like successful at running businesses or doing that kind of stuff, it doesn't mean that I'm not educated or talented within the industry on certain stuff, you know. So if you're gonna come in and be like, hey, come into our trucking company and go through our books and see our finances, see where this is going, yeah, I'm not the person for that. But if you want to know anything about trucking, how to get loads, where to get loads, like how to get brokers, how to get customers, any of that kind of stuff that has to do with actual like trucking, I think I'm pretty knowledgeable at it, you know, for doing it for over 20 years and I can do it, you know. But it's like, you know, a lot of different people are good at different stuff, and there's certain stuff I'm good at. There's other stuff that like other people are good at. Because you could have a guy that's really good in finances and could all that kind of stuff, then he's going to try to open up a trucking company, and no matter how good you are with finances or doing that stuff, if you're not good at trucking, you're not going to succeed, you know. So it's just like, I don't know, messed up world. But
caution.
And especially like, you know, with this market right now, like I don't care how good you are at any part of trucking, it's going to be rough trying to make it. Because with these rates and just the way like stuff's going right now, it's just crazy, man. Just made another TikTok today about another company filing Chapter 11, Belkin Express, I believe, or some Belkin something, out of Texas. 159 trucks, open since 2007, over 160 drivers. And what they're doing, they're filing Chapter 11 because the market's so bad, you know. They specialize in drop and hook trailers. They went all over to Texas and the Southeast, and you know, those are like pretty good markets, and still, you know, they can't succeed, you know. So it's like, no matter what you do, no matter how big you are, how knowledgeable you are, sometimes it's just like, it's not going to work out. But you got to keep on fighting, keep on trying to stay positive, because if this doesn't work out, it's not the end of the world, because you got to keep on doing something. You got to keep on, you know, earning a living. So you got to jump in and try again and regroup, whatever. But the whole point is just not about giving up. Keep on trying, you know, over and over again. No matter how many times you fail, you got to keep on going, you know. And eventually, either it's going to give in and it's going to work out for you, or you're just going to pass away from old age, you know. So, you know, and being 41, like, that's old as shit already, man. You know, I'm 41. I mean, like, I'm, you know, grateful to God and, you know, feel blessed, and I have certain things in life that maybe a lot of other people don't have. And if anything happens, I go get a job and, you know, like, still be able to pay like bills to keep a roof over my head and do all that kind of stuff. But like, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. Like, I should have like a retirement fund, all that stuff. I don't have any of that stuff. I have like a life insurance policy, so technically right now I'm, you know, worth like more not living than I am living. So that's kind of crazy, but I mean, it is what it is, you know. But even like at 41, you know, like, you never know. Anything could happen, you know. Stuff could, you know, you can catch a break, something good will happen, you can still come up, you know. You know, like, you gotta start, you know, but you gotta like start worrying about the stuff when you're younger too, because I wasted a lot of my 20s just doing dumb stuff, and I wish I haven't. I wish I was like more like how I am now, about not going out, you know, not wasting money on stupid stuff. And it would have been a lot better doing that in my early 20s, because you set yourself up faster in life. And then once you get some money earlier in life, you could do more stuff you want to do later in life, instead of later in life worrying about like, oh man, like, I got to make sure I leave something for the kids. I want to make sure if I can, you know, if I'm old enough, I can stop working. But right now it's like, you know, like, I can't even stop working if I wanted to, like if I was older, you know, if I was in this position. So you just got to shut up, just keep working, keep hustling, keep trying hard, and eventually something's going to break, you know. It's just depressing in the bad market, but in a good market, it's super good. And in a good market, like, you know, I should have learned this already, but like, in a good market, when you're making a bunch of money, you should like calm down a little bit and keep some of that money, not instead of just going out and just blowing it on dumb stuff, you know. So like, just the way I see it now, that's probably how a lot of companies survive. When they're in a good market, they probably stack up a bunch of money, you know, they're smart with it, and then when the bad stuff happens, you know, they ride it out and then wait for another good wave. But right now, this bad wave has been going on for so long that a lot of people just can't take it. And that's why, like, in the last 18 months, how many like out of business and bankruptcy, Chapter 11, Chapter 7s have you seen? Like, Convoy blew my mind, you know, when they went out under. Like, Convoy had such huge investors in it, like venture capital firms. Like, their software was crazy. I thought that brokerage was gonna take over, man, but you know, they failed too, and they went under. So it is what it is. Let's just stay positive. Let's keep on trying and keep on going, and hopefully this market gets better and everybody, you know, starts making money, and we could like start making like not stay positive videos, but positive videos, you know. So I don't know. I've been yapping for 12 minutes, so I think I'm gonna cut it out and see you guys in the next video.